Happy Friday, Delaware. We are here. I have a half a voice. Molly has a full voice.
I have a full voice today, and I had a good night's sleep, so I am in the best of moods. It's been like that one of those weeks you can't sleep, and to wake up feeling good, it's like I remembered how good feels again.
And
it's wonderful.
Chilly overnight.
Yeah.
The weather will do it.
And that wonderful
a little
voice.
melatonin helped too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that wonderful third voice you hear, aside from the sultry tones of Mark Bingaman, of course.
Hello.
Hello. Is Roxanne Amidon. Good morning, Roxanne.
Good morning. How are you,
Roxanne
Nicole?
is the executive director of Boardman Arts Park in downtown Delaware, one of the most beautiful and whimsical spaces you'll see.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
It is one of our favorites. Our family
is.
absolutely loves it. And we'll be talking about all the fun things happening at Boardman coming up, but a couple specific events that you won't want to miss out on that involve movie music, princesses and superheroes, and just maybe some wizards coming up.
The Wizards.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you'll want to stay tuned for the second half. But good morning. Welcome and joining the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to come talk with you again.
Yeah, we're happy to
Good to see you,
have you
Mark.
here.
Hello. Hi.
I know. Roxanne is a first-time guest on Off the Shelf, but not a first-time guest on WDLR.
That's right. We come regularly.
Regularly.
How about that?
That's right, because I love Boardman Arts Park, because it's whimsical.
It is whimsical.
It is
I
whimsical.
love that word.
Whimsy is my favorite.
Whimsy, it's a great word, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And it's so
We got a little
welcoming to
imagination.
everybody. Everybody has a place there. I love it.
It's good.
It is fun. Well, as usual, we like to start off the show talking a little bit about books.
I love books so
Have you
much.
been reading anything, Molly, or
I
listening?
have listening, of course.
Okay.
And I just listened to John Green's new book. Now, if you know John Green, he wrote Looking for Alaska, The Fault in Our Stars. He's known for his sort of teen fiction books, but he's come out with something really, really different. He just wrote Everything is Tuberculosis.
Yes.
The History and Persistence of Our Deadliest Infection. Now, I love John Green, but on top of that, I've always been really interested in tuberculosis or TB because I grew up hearing stories of my great aunt Dodd. And great aunt Dodd had TB. She came to Columbus. People thought she was going to die. I hope I'm getting this right, Mom. And she miraculously was cured for TB.
Right.
Like, there's no explanation. The doctors could never come up with something. You know, she was a real woman of faith. She really believed this was a miraculous healing. But I've always been interested in tuberculosis. You know, I went to Trans-Allegheny Insane Asylum, and they had a wing that was a medical wing where they had the outdoor space overlooking the rest of the spaces, and their tuberculosis patients would go out there and spread it to the other areas. So I've learned about it in different ways. Oh, there's so many stories. But John Green, I love how he did this one. So he starts by talking about going to an African country with his wife and meeting a boy named Henry. And Henry has tuberculosis. And John Green manages to take you through the whole history of tuberculosis, the cures, how funding for the cures happens, how research is happening or not happening, and how in America, tuberculosis is almost gone. And John Green really takes us through all of that history, but also Henry's story, so that we can see what it looks like in the modern day world, what tuberculosis's impact still is. It took me a second because I'm so used to John Green as a fiction author.
Right.
So I had to switch my head. So any other John Green fans out there, give yourself a few minutes as you go into this one. It's not going to feel like it is truly a really well-written nonfiction. Feels very different than what he's written in the past. But I have to say, if you're like me, you've had a little curiosity, maybe a little family history. Tuberculosis really spread throughout, the United States for many times in our history. Everything is Tuberculosis. John Green, it really will open your eyes, sort of help you understand what this disease really is.
Yeah, a little story-based nonfiction.
Yeah, and it written really, really well.
Of course.
I mean, it really is strong. John Green, you did it again.
He does
It
it.
made me curious.
I know. He also talks about his OCD, which led him down this path too. So he's really open. So if you're a little curious about somebody's experience in OCD, he kind of gently puts how that can affect him into the story as well.
His day-to-day.
Yeah,
That makes sense,
very
too.
personal.
Yeah.
Very, very personal.
I am glad that you reviewed that because I have been hearing much about it, and another book club that I pay attention to but I'm not a part of recently read it as well. So I'll have to add it to the list.
I highly suggest it. Everybody should add it. And it's only like 6 hours.
Oh, that's nice. I do love a short audiobook.
Yes.
Roxanne, yesterday when I posed the option to come to our show and I said, sometimes people talk about books, you said, well, I'm working on 2. So that's always nice. What are you working on today?
Well, the one I mentioned to you that you hadn't heard of was Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. So you probably have heard of it.
Right,
but
right.
You
I haven't read it.
it.
Nope, and no one's reviewed it yet.
I love Jojo Moyes, but I have
know.
not read that one yet either.
She makes you cry.
She does.
She makes you laugh. She makes you feel your heart sing. Oh,
You
it's
care
nice.
for her characters so
Yeah,
deeply.
she
They're
writes
like
so
friends.
deeply
Yeah.
about them. They really have. She gives them a lot of depth and,
Yeah.
and warmth, and sometimes not. So in this one, there are 2 women. One is a British woman who is down on her luck. She hates her job. Her boss is really mean to her. Her husband has severe catatonic depression. Her parents expect a lot out of her and don't give much back. And then there's a second woman that's in a character who is an American, very wealthy, entitled, has everything she wants, throws her weight around. They both end up at the gym. Their bags get switched. And so now the British woman, Sam is her name, she finds herself with a pair of one-of-a-kind Christian Louboutins,
Oh,
a Chanel jacket,
oh no.
and a variety of other things in this a real bag, as opposed to her knockoff bag. And so she goes home, tries them on, and she's on her way to a sales meeting, and she gets all the sales for the day. I mean, she's just like on top of her game because she feels powerful,
Confident.
in these Louboutins. Now, her typical black pumps or flats are, scuffy, and she's kind of Rosie the
Riveter?
no, not Riveter. Rosie the vacuum from the Jetsons.
Oh, from the
Oh,
Jetsons, the
my
robot.
God.
Rosie
The
the
robot.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So it's kind of that,
You had to add the miming. We got it.
But the miming was so good. I wish you all could have seen it because it was very clear.
It's just who I met. Anyway, so she's downtrodden. The other woman finds that she doesn't want to put on. Her name's Nisha. She doesn't want to put on the other woman's clothes because they're gross, and so she leaves the gym in a bathrobe.
Oh no.
As she leaves, she finds that her husband has cut off her phone, cut off her bank account. She can't get any money. She's taken away her car. He won't take her calls. He won't let her into the very posh hotel they're staying in.
Oh, and she's in a robe.
And she's in a robe. And she goes to the hotel and tries to get, go to the gift shop and try to get some clothes. Nothing.
Oh no.
So she eventually has to put on these clothes and go live in a little hostel and
Oh my gosh.
till she can kind of figure out how she's got her next move.
Yeah.
So it goes through their lives and how they are coping with their new circumstances, and and a typical Jojo Moyes storyline. Things go well, things go bad.
Right.
There's a little bit of romance. There's
Yes.
a little bit of
That's-
upset.
That's so funny. It's kind of the opposite, I guess, of a meet cute.
Yeah.
It's a not meet cute. And in one moment everything goes terribly wrong.
It does.
Or terribly right.
And they can't quite get it worked out till about halfway through the book. They've hooked up in the hunt for those shoes.
And now we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You'll have to read on to see what happens next.
That's
Someone
right.
Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. Yeah, that sounds like
I
a
know
good
that
one
is
too.
so going on my list.
Well,
It's fun.
I love whenever we all three have something a little bit different, because mine is a graphic novel memoir. It's called Play Like a Girl. It's by Misty Wilson and David Wilson. And it's the story of a young girl, Misty, who really never shies away from a challenge. She's a highly competitive young girl. She is in middle school, and she and her bestie are, living the summer life, just going to the pool every day, having the most fun. And she walks by the football field and she sees some of her buddies, because she's got some good guy friends who she plays with on the playground a lot, and does a lot of like her own kind of fun like competitions with, like, can you do the most, pull-ups on the jungle gym, and can you do the most sit-ups and everything, and she beats them every time. She sees them preparing for football tryouts, and she thinks, oh, I could try out for football. And so she goes ahead and she talks to her bestie and she says, hey, girls can try out for the team. Like, why don't you come and do this with me? And the girlfriend is like, okay, yeah, I'm in. So they both go and they try out for the boys, for the football team. There is no girls football team, so just the football team. And they both make it. And then they get into practices, and you see the difference between between the two friends, because the one girl who was just kind of in it because, oh yeah, my bestie asked me to do this, she's really not feeling all the hard work that they put into it. She's not up for the challenge, and so pretty early on she bails. Misty is all in. She was like, it's the anything you can do, I can do better. So, you say this, I say that. And she just keeps pushing herself harder and harder. It's also the acceptance, the boys on the team, most of them don't treat her as a member of the team, of course. And maybe there's the standout one or two boys who, kind of are like, hey, try this thing. Because most of these boys have been in flag football leagues or smaller leagues, most of their life. And so they have all of these little tips. And so there's a couple who start helping her out. Throughout the story, she does succeed. She does try new things. She does continue on with the team. She goes through the entire season. The coaches really start to believe in her, but it's just, it's a big struggle because she never quite feels like she fits in with the boys. The girls who she has been hanging out with are also kind of like, some are like, well, why are you doing this? And some start to be like, wow, this is really cool that you're doing this. And so she sees how people treat her differently just based on this one decision that she's made. And it's all in graphic novels. So I checked it out because I was interested in it. I sat down on the couch and I read it within an hour because graphic novels are just like that. And so I would recommend it for any grown-up who maybe felt this way once in high school or middle school, like you didn't quite fit in, but you found your people. But also if you have a child who maybe doesn't feel quite like they fit in, it'd be a great thing for them as well, to kind of let them know that there's a lot of other people out there who don't quite feel like they fit in, but they find their place anyway.
Did your girls read it?
Not yet. So I read it first, and then I'm going to thrust it upon my oldest daughter, who I feel like would really enjoy it.
I love her face on the cover. I wish everybody could see her tough face on the cover.
On the cover, we've got Misty. She's like, she's feeling real cool, and she's got her two kind of supportive guys from the football team and the one grumpy guy behind her and two supportive girls from the cheerleading squad around her. So, and it's called Play Like a Girl, a graphic memoir by Misty Wilson and David Wilson, a writing team. And did I pick it up because they're in Ohio? Yes, they do. Misty and David live in Ohio with their two daughters. So I don't know where, but I can find out. So we're going to take a quick break, and on the other half, we'll be back with Roxanne Amidon, the executive director of Boardman Arts Park, talking about superheroes and movie music and more. So stay tuned.
It's just a little bit chilly. 64 degrees at Boardman Arts Park in Delaware. Right there at the Unicorn. That's where I've put one of the patented Mark Bingham digital invisible Wi-Fi temperature gauges. So I know it's 64 degrees there on the unicorn's nose.
On the nose. I was going to say on the tip of the horn.
I thought maybe it'd be too obvious on the tip of the horn.
It'd be too on the nose. Oh my gosh. She brings it.
You may be losing your voice, but not your sense of humor.
Not my sense of humor, not my wit, not my whimsy. Speaking of whimsy, today with us we have Roxanne Amidon, Executive Director of the Boardman Arts Park. Welcome, Roxanne.
Thank you so much.
We're happy to have you here. There are some exciting things coming up. We'll start with the thing that is most, well, actually, you know what? Let's start with what Boardman Arts Park is, because it's a pretty unique thing in and of itself if people don't know it.
Thank you. So the Arts Park is a 2-acre green space in downtown Delaware. We have an event venue and an imagination space, which is our interactive art park. It's free and open to the public. We encourage everybody to come out and particularly with your families, have a meal, walk around, play, engage. There's a lot of interesting art that will inspire you.
Every time I blink, you're adding something new to the park, too.
Something changes all the time.
It is so much fun to walk in there and be like, that wasn't here last time.
But you know what's interesting is that it's all community-driven. It's a volunteer-based organization, and all of the things you see in there, most of them, are either funded by the community or built by the community.
My Kiwanis Club has a bench there. We're very, very proud of it.
Yes, they're musical benches by the
Yes.
soon-to-be replaced piano.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to see that one.
So the piano, the waterfall piano, was a quite a hot spot for people to visit, and,
Yeah.
and it's most photographed.
Yeah.
But wood and water don't go together.
No.
So,
Unfortunately.
but fortunately, Willowbrook Retirement Community funded having a new piano made that'll be 3D printed.
Amazing.
I love
This will be
this.
so wonderful.
Yeah,
I know.
So we had some volunteers yesterday dismantle the old piano, and it's gone.
Yes.
But the new one should be in place in the next 2 months.
Yeah, it really was a beautiful thing. If you haven't seen it, a baby grand piano with the where the top would be open. You had planters in there with beautiful plants, and then the water just flowing out from the keys. So the true tinkling of the keys.
Yes,
With
we call it Drippin' 88,
I love that.
love
yeah.
and it's right by the benches,
Right.
the
Yes.
Kiwanis benches.
You can
Yes.
sit and just enjoy it.
Well, and
and that.
are the Kiwanians benches the ones that have the cymbals and the,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
brass
There are
instruments
two.
on
Yeah,
them?
they were all donated by the
Yes.
community,
Uh-huh.
and one of our often used artists, Todd Timler, he put them together into benches using bedsteads. So
Oh,
it's
that's
kind of
so neat.
interesting,
Yeah.
mix of found objects.
Yes.
We have a supportive rivalry with the evening club. So the
Yes.
second they had one, we had to have one too.
I hated that too.
I know.
Like,
Oh, no,
well,
it's
geez,
terrible.
darn, we have
So
to have another bench.
It's
right?
one of those loving, like just pushing each other to do a little bit more.
It was good.
You come up with so many innovative things at Boardman Arts Park, and now with the addition of the Whimsy venue, you have a performance space. We've seen the concrete poured. I know there's more coming to it.
Right.
And one of the nice kind of like kickoff events of it, you've already had Arena Fair Theater there, but
Yes.
now you're going to have Central Ohio Symphony this Saturday doing Movie Magic. So tell us
That's
a little bit
right.
about that.
So the Movie Magic is a series of movie scores. So Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean and a number that you would be really familiar with.
Yeah.
Those are going to be performed by the symphony starting this Saturday at
I have 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah.
And it's free. It's a free program.
That's
So
amazing.
please just RSVP so we can account for the number of people.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have food trucks. We'll have our bar open. We'll have lots of seating. So please come out with your lawn chairs and your blankets and have
Maybe a
great
little
time.
bug spray too.
Yeah, bug spray is good.
Yeah, the bugs like to creep up. I went to the Arena Fair's performance of As You Wish It, and it was hot to start, but then once the sun like really goes down, the shade does cover that park very nicely.
Yeah, might need a sweater this weekend.
You
I was going
might,
to say, I
absolutely.
think it's very different right now.
Yeah.
we are
Perfect
selling
outdoor weather.
picnic blankets, so you can always get one of those and spread it out, and then sit comfortably on the grass.
Yeah.
I saw
Seats
those.
four.
They're a lovely green or a blue.
That's
They
right.
fold up.
Check.
They're the kind you can carry. I highly suggest them. I think they look
great.
amazing.
It's gonna be a fun set list. I was pulling up Central Ohio Symphony's published the set list on their website. They've got 2001: A Space Odyssey, Superman, Encanto, Lord of the Rings, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Frozen, Wicked, Star Wars, How to Train Your Dragon, Jurassic Park, Cinema Paradiso, Mission Impossible, Harry Potter, and Pirates of the Caribbean. So I think that's just going to be a wonderful lineup.
Everybody, something for everybody.
Even my
Yes.
children were like, "Oh yeah, I want to hear that." I was
know
like,
that
"Yeah,
one.
you do. Yeah, you
Sing
do."
along. Oh, they don't
okay,
really sing.
now we'll get to the one that we're especially excited for at the library.
Oh,
the
yes.
Princesses and Superheroes Kids Show, which is coming up on Friday, August 29th at the park.
And thank you
Yes,
to the library.
absolutely.
And because of the generous donation by the library, we were able to make this program free as well.
Yeah. This is right up our alley.
This
So
is what
we're-
our kids love, and we love to get those kids out there. So
We want everyone to come dressed in outfits, costumes, superhero princess costumes.
That's right.
Sing and dance along. It'll
Yeah.
be great.
So Friday, August 29th, the doors open at 5:30. The gates, I could say. The gates are open wide. Get that reference? It's a Frozen reference, if you don't know. They've opened the gates. The doors open at 5:30. The show starts at 6 o'clock. What can we expect from like a princess and superhero show?
So they will be on stage in costume, singing their individual songs.
Yeah.
So
and
neat.
from their shows.
Their movies,
Their
right?
movies.
Yes.
Their worlds.
Their worlds. So we have coming Belle, Wonder Woman, Elsa, Captain America, Spider-Man, and Rapunzel.
I don't imagine Captain America and Spider-Man sing, though, for us.
Probably not.
There
could
is
be
a
fun.
Spider-Man musical. You never know.
There is a Spider-Man musical.
I really wish I could have
Well,
seen
you got to
that.
come and find out.
That's right. You won't know
But
until Friday, August 29th.
They do act. And
Yes.
then so after the show, there'll be a half an hour meet and greet with photo opportunities as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have their snacks and other things for the kids, like masks and fairy hair and other things like that you can acquire.
Yeah. RSVP, where can people RSVP for all of these events that we're talking about?
BoardmanArtsPark.org is our website, and every one of the events can be RSVP'd from there.
And like we mentioned, the Symphony tomorrow night is a free event. Friday, August 29th, Princesses and Superheroes is a free event. And then I gave a little tease before we went to break, the Wizards and Witches Night. Do you know a thing or two about that?
Wizard Fest will be October 18th. So that's kind of more for preteen and teens. A lot of vendors, lots of food, some performances as well. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, we did. We talked with the organizers, Ashley, and our other organizer's name is escaping me at the moment, but they were like, can the library get involved? And we were like, well, how young do you want the kiddos to come out to be? So we will have a story time on the stage.
Love it.
And Percy, our unicorn, will be
Percy,
coming.
who's magical himself.
And he'll have to make a visit with your unicorn as
Okay.
well. Yeah.
Touch horns or
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. Ooh, who knows what kind of power will be unleashed when that happens.
something. That'll be great. And then in between, there's also
Yeah.
Create.
Right.
So the Create event happens September 14th. It's a community art making day. We build 4 new pieces of art for that stay at the park. This year, we're making the theme is animals, and we're making a rainbow bridge.
Oh,
I know.
That's what they say when
with
you're
little
animal
shrinky
stuff,
dinks.
yeah.
Do you remember shrinky dinks?
Yes.
no.
Yes.
What is a shrinky dink?
Tell them what a shrinky dink is.
Shrinky dink are these plastic things that you would draw on, and then you would stick them in the oven, and they would shrink down into like little. You could make them into keychains. You could make them. They'd be these little hard.
Okay.
A child of the '80s here,
Maybe
proud,
that
proud as
missed
can
me.
be.
Okay.
And so those will be the tags that we'll be putting on the rainbow bridge so kids can make their own little shrinky dink.
Oh
And
my
it'll
gosh.
say, my little dog, Fluffy, went.
Oh, so if you had an animal that passed, you can put it on.
Yeah,
Oh, my
I love
Leopold
that.
and my Coda, my sweet
Yeah.
babies. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be
nice.
happening. There'll be a large butterfly that will be made. The kids will decorate that.
Yeah.
A big panda. And the 4th thing is...
An elephant. No, okay. I don't know.
I know, it's a caterpillar.
Oh,
It'll be
okay.
a large caterpillar that'll be made out of tires that you can climb through.
Nice.
And then there'll be another 15 or so items that kids can participate in.
Create is
Yeah.
so much fun, and the artists who get involved and the community participation it's literally one of my favorite days of the year. I bring the girls out. You've always got something creative going on, and you can participate as much or as little as you want. If you want to stay and add 500 different pieces of mosaic tile to the thing, you can. Or if you just want to add one and say, "Yep, I did that," you can.
I
do
had
that
a hand
too.
in every
Yes.
one of them.
Exactly.
We also have hula dancers this year.
Fun.
We have a play being performed on the stage.
Yeah.
Musicians of Bremen, and then we also have some improv comedy.
Oh, that'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So watch
This is
it.
the park that this community owns.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
how
It
is.
this is the community's park.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
it's just magical what you're doing.
Thank you.
Roxanne, we're going to have you back again because this is just so much information, so much wonderful things, and you're doing so much at the park. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Hope to see you there.
Yes, we will be there. Molly, until next week.
Till next week.
Mark, until next week.
Farewell.
We'll see you in the stacks.